Hey everybody, it's me, Mark again. Decided to take up a new hobby. So I purchased this here model, plastic, snap together, no glue, Enterprise, from Polar Lights. Pretty simple, cheap, looks like the original Enterprise. And the crew will be watching as I construct this model. So I'll be on my best behavior. Now, I've already started with the saucer section here. As you can see, it's got clear plastic pieces. I've got lights in there. I've got a regular LED in there. That's the stuff under the tape here. The LED there is just a solid white LED. It's got a resistor on it because these other LEDs, these really small ones, they all run on a 9-volt battery. So I'm going to power the whole thing with a 9-volt battery. And the thinner the wires, the better. So these are looking pretty thin. And when I light this up, when I finish it anyways, saucer section, I'm going to light it up. This will stay solid, this will blink, and then these top two will blink. So a little bit about the LED lights. They're flashing LED lights. They make these. These are very tiny. These are 1.8 millimeters. So I just bought those because I can't fit the other ones properly right here where I want that to light up. There's a hole here, as you can see. A hole there. And there's another one on the other side. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off. And this LED is just too fat. I think it's a 3 millimeter. I got all my LEDs from Evan Designs. Right there. Evan Designs, because they're made in America. I'm not going to buy no Chinese crap, okay? It's just the way I am. So anyways, got these LEDs. They say don't use hot glue. Might still use hot glue, but I don't know. And I'll get those in those two areas here and get them all lit up using one 9-volt battery. So those are my materials. I also have a 9-volt battery switch from Evan Designs. You can see it has a 9-volt connector there, and then a switch. You just pop it on, whatever. And I have an electronics hoard behind me over here that you can't see, but I built this other circuit from that. It's just basically got a timing chip. That's this black IC, integrated circuit chip, and it's got a capacitor here, and it's a regular LED there. So how that works, now remember 9-volt for the ship, but these can run on one battery, 1.5 volts. So it's real simple. Let's see if I can make it work. Yeah, you can see that blinking. It's got a good blink rate, so I can adjust the blink rate too. I imagine by using a different capacitor size. That's a good blink rate. May or may not use that. It's kind of bulky. We'll see. Anyways, I'll get these other lights in there, and get the smaller lights in there. That is these. You can see I have different lights from Evan Designs. I've got oh, here we go. The Cool White. Read that. Cool White Fast Flash. That's what these are. You can see those. I think I can see them. And I got these. There's a blue and a white one in there as well. Different sizes. I think these are normal flash. So you can get them in, and then here's the really big ones, obviously. Those are the huge ones. These are red, normal flash. So take one of these out real quick. Like I said, they're pretty huge. Yeah, put them on the battery. You can see pretty bright, very flashy. Anyways, so I'll get all that together in the saucer section, and then, of course, the saucer section has to connect to the fuselage, or whatever the hell that is. Wire's got to go through those slots, so that's why they're thin, so just keep that in mind. There's some soldering I do later on as well. It's soldering stuff's over there. So, we'll get started. Alright, so apparently the LEDs don't blink at the same rate, even though they're from the same batch. I do have a little gap in here. I have my smaller ones in there now, the top, for these top two, but let's test this for a second. See, they're blinking at the same time? Well, now they're starting not to blink at the same time. Well, I don't know what's going on. Kind of stupid. It's kind of starts to look stupid, you know. And then the bottom, I don't know. I already got them glued in there, super glued in there. I might have to try to find two that blink exactly the same. Here we go. Back to the drawing board. All right, now we're cooking with hot sauce. So here's what I'm going to do to test this stuff. I'm going to hook up another blue 1.8 millimeter flashy LED to the whole circuit deal. Hopefully it doesn't pop out of there. Okay, see if this one's going to match anything. You see that? Now they're all three blinking at different times. Damn it! Here we go. Alright, let's try another one. Alright, so I got my next test. Here we go. Oh, come on, get on there. You know, it's really looking like these two. I don't know if you can see this other one blinking. These two here are matching. So I'm going to get rid of this one and put that one in here. Fun. Oh, and what do you guys think? I think they're pleased. Awesome. They say that using the glue gun on here, they say not to in the lights because it's too hot, but I'm calling bull on that. You gotta use a glue gun, David. Just gotta put a little dab on there, but not too fat a dab. Oh, let go. I don't need this to build up any, so just trying to. It might actually work right there. Oh. I didn't want the light that close. So when I clamped it down, the light went too close to the edge here, so I gotta fix that. Anyways, let's try to melt this back on there without melting the damn wires. There, that'll work. Just let that dry for a second. Should be good to go. Alright, one last test before I super glue this saucer section together. Or maybe I'll use the plastic glue. Not sure yet, but let's see. got lights on top. They're in sync. I think if I let them, see now they're trying to, just a little bit out of sync now. But I'm not going to leave them on forever, so it's good enough. A lot better than what it was, so good to go. They got a little bit of a problem. What do you think about that, dog? This thing, this tubular thing, this tubular dude, what's this called? Nacelle. Yes, thank you. This nacelle, it's got a hole. I want to put a red light in there, like this one, down here. It works. It's got my resistor. It's a regular non-blinking light. It's going to be red. There's nothing in the back I can do. It's all covered. Although I could put something in there and carve something out, but I don't want to do that. But the problem is, sure, I can get the wires through the holes, but first of all, I don't even know how that, which goes onto the fuselage, even fits, because it just rolls right off of there. So I don't understand how that connects anything. Secondly, you know, this is two pieces. I'm not sure how I'm going to get wires in there, because take a look at these wires. Let's see. I thought I had one out, but I don't. I'll just take one of these at random here. It's possible I could get some down in between those two and just glue them together. But it's going to have to be one set, I think. So, you know, we've got our light out there, yada, yada, yada. Maybe I'll use these. I've got other wire over here. This here, where is it? Yeah. This red one. Red spool, white spool I've been using. But they're too thick. So I might have to go to this thinner one. Come on, you stupid thing. And put these little two wires in here somewhere and close this contraption up. Maybe I'll take that divot out of there and put these two wires through that little hole. See if I can get one of these through there. You could always make the hole bigger, I suppose. Yeah, so you put them, feed them through the hole, and then right here, that needs cleaning up. But yeah, they could fit right in here. So the whole point of this thing would be to get these wires from wherever they're going, the nacelle, the saucer section, all the way down through this, all the way down to the stand of the model. So it'll probably work. It's just going to take a little doing. The biggest problem, though, is, again, I don't really know how the hell this thing holds that nacelle up, because it's just going to flop over. I don't know. Maybe they have to be glued on. I don't know. It's just odd. Well, we'll find out. Alright, I found some very small, skinny wire. Old stock. Probably from 70s. Because it actually had masking tape on it. And it was so old, the masking tape came off on the roll. So I'm figuring 70s. Anyways, so I've got my nacelle light here. It's all soldered in there. Got my wee little wire. I'm going to try to mark that somehow as positive and the other one is negative, but I'm using the same wire throughout the model. I'm going to have two lines coming out of each nacelle, and then I'm probably going to just super glue those nacelles to those things, those whatever holds those things in. So let me get this in there and see how it looks. Be right back. Alright, so I think I got it all wired up here. If you're ever going to solder, you got to have one of these. Now you can see my little LED is all ready to go. I should be able to hook it up, but first I'm going to put me a little bit of one of these shrink tubes. I got an old kit of these, so just a wee little one. Run this wire through there all the way up to the, hopefully it'll go past the little weld there. Should be, yep, right on up there, all the way up to the top. And that'll probably stay by itself, but you know how to use these. You just kind of run some heat over it. That should keep it on, I think. Yeah, looks good. So there's no chance of that shorting out. I'll just stick that into the tube. First I'll check it to make sure it works. I gotta, can you even see that end? It's so tiny, but I'm gonna shave the little piece of that end off and test it. I'll be right back. Alright, so let's test this real quick. Positive is the resistor side. That thing's hard to hold. And negative is this side. Oh yeah, it's supposed to run off 9 volt. I rigged this for 9 volt. Okay, yes. Thanks for reminding me, you people out there. Now, hopefully this wire is not going to be too thin. It'll burn out, but you know, on the 9 volt, but we'll see. Okay, yeah, we've got light and not too bright. Nothing too fancy. I don't feel the wire getting hot, so that's good. Should be okay. Cool. See you in a bit. Alright, so I got it in there. Had to do a little bending of the bigger wires in there to kind of goes back this way and folds around and comes back out because it's a little too long in there. But anyways, let's see if this is going to work. I'll hook up my 9 volt. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. Let's see. Yeah, it probably sits about there. I don't know if you can see the bulb clearly, but yeah, I like it. It's not exactly center because you can't put it center. There's something in there. I think that's where they come together inside. So, but yeah, that's perfect. Very close to perfect. Excellent. So I'll wire this up and probably wire the other nacelle, whatever the hell it's called, and move on to the fuselage after that. So basically I'll just mirror what I did here, and hopefully, you know, again, we'll get all that to fit. We'll put these wires in between there, lay them as flat as possible, and then put them through that hole down there at the bottom. Might make that a little bigger. Then we should be good to go. Excellent. Until next time. So I've taken the saucer and I've cut those lines closer to the saucer section. The 6 skinnier lines, and put them in the 2 that would actually come out of the saucer, so I have less wires coming out. So I'm putting that together right now. I'm going to try to stuff these down in there somewhere and hopefully not break anything. Here we go. Hey, welcome back everybody. Just wanted to catch you up on a little bit of progress I've made so far here. So I've got the fuselage system here now attached to the saucer. That was very difficult. I think I had resistor or something that was in the way of this. I think I almost broke it putting it in there, but anyways, you can see I've got these two wires now from the saucer coming into the fuselage, and I'm going to take this apart a little bit and route these somewhere a little better. But so I'm working on that piece, and then the nacelle pieces, of course they're going to go in here. So you can see here that I have no, you can't. Where are they at? There they are. These are the nacelle V things that hook up into the nacelles themselves, through here, and then you get that piece into the model, and so these two wires are going to come out of each nacelle, and they'll run that light. It's just a regular LED with a resistor on it, a non-flashing one. Problem is, how do I? This contraption is not very good. I don't know how that snaps in to the nacelles because it's just a slot. There's nothing to really hold on to, so I'm going to end up super gluing that. Remember, that's the top piece, and this is the bottom piece. And what I've done here is I've cut a groove in this bottom piece, as you can see. Let me see if I can get that. Oh, almost. You can almost see the groove there. So hopefully the two wires will fit in those grooves, and I'll super glue them all the way down here, and then I'll put them through the hole, and that'll go into the fuselage. So I'll have 4 wires from the nacelles, and then I'll have 4 wires, 2 wires from the fuselage, and then all this stuff will come out and come out here, right? That's where the stand plugs in. So I think I'm going to wrap all these wires in there, and once again, just come out with 2 wires with all 6 of them. Yeah, 6 of them now connected together inside of here. I don't think I'm going to do any lighting here. This is all blocked off. I think this is the piece here that goes in there. You can see there's nothing clear on there. I was thinking about maybe having a blue light, kind of thin out this area in the back, just shave it off, and maybe have a little blue light coming out here. I'm not sure if I'll do that, but something to think about. So we'll see. More to come. Talk to you in a bit. Alright, so I did a little work today, and as you can see, I'm putting my wire into the little nacelle holding thingamabob. I don't even know what that's called. A pillar, V pillar. I don't know, make up a name. So you can see the wires are in there, and I've mounted as close to the hole as possible because I'm just going to end up shoving that in there. So I don't want to shove in a whole bunch of wire, just that much. And it looks like the wire's going into the trench that I hollowed out in there, so that's good. And then I'll put the other side on here the same way as this nacelle. And once that's completed, we'll put this cover on here and super glue that together. You can see that, let's see, pretty much got a pretty solid connection. There's no gap. Looks pretty good, right? So, yeah, it's a good idea to put that trench in there, and that's how you can lay your wire in there and not really have it noticeable. Alright, we'll put the other nacelle on and we'll put it all together, see what it looks like. Hey folks, I'm back, and hopefully this is probably the last of the video here. I'm going to put stickers and decals on this thing, and that'll probably take me a week or two. Those things are very annoying, and sometimes they tear and whatever. If I remember correctly, I think the last time I put a model together was 40 years ago, so I don't know, maybe 50 years ago. So I got everything together, all the wires are in. Let me kind of explain what I did while the last video here. So the two black wires, there would be 6 wires coming into this fuselage, right? There'd be these 2 and 4 from the nacelles, and then 2 from the saucer section that were also, you know, maybe 8 on top here that were reduced to 2. So I had a total of 6. Then I put them all together and cut them and soldered them. Now I have 2, you know, coming out of this section here. And I don't want to lift it up or anything, but you can pretty much see that. There were 2 holes that I put them through there. The stand is very flimsy, and then at the bottom here, so this will be the side that I don't really look at, the other side. So I kind of glued them in here. And then at the bottom I had 2 holes, and then I put some feet on here just so that you'd raise it up a little better so I can get these other thicker wires to my battery switch and my 9 volts over there. So raise it up with some feet that I had. And so and then finally, again, I'll put the decals on it, see what it looks like. But let's give it a run here and see what it looks like with it turned on. Oh yeah, it's pretty nice. You know, I was going to do this dish part here with some light, but the one underneath is already lighting it up pretty well, so not too bad. Yeah, not too bad for a cheap old model that wasn't designed to have lights in it. So, yep. Remember, we got some solid LEDs again. Those work off the 1.5 volt batteries, which I reduced for the resistors. That'd be the 3. 1, 2, 3. And then everything else is blinking at different rates. So, not bad. What does the crew think? I heard Spock say indeed. Alright, live long and prosper, everybody. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.